Well, made it to my hotel here in St. George, and it was on a recommendation that Austin and Courtney made. And they did a great job with that recommendation because check this view out. Pretty nice. This is a hotel called Inn on the Cliff here in St. George, and definitely recommend it if you guys are coming up here. Very reasonable rates and fantastic view. The hotel room itself is actually very nice as well. Well decorated, super comfy bed, tons of pillows. What more do you want? Welcome to our last day of our extraordinary journey. Part of me is kind of sad that it's almost over, but the other part of me is really, really happy to be home after a little over 3 weeks of being on the road, starting out in Seattle, making our way all the way up to Fairbanks for the Alcan 5000, and then taking the long road home. It's been a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of places that I've always wanted to go to. A few places I've already been before, but most of all, the experience of taking a road trip of this magnitude has definitely been one that I've been wanting to have for a long time, and I'm really glad that I was able to do it. And more importantly, I'm really glad that I was able to share it with you guys, because if you're ever contemplating driving a distance that far or through areas that I was at, maybe you can get a little taste of what it's like to really do it. So we're going to get on the road today. Our first stop is going to be Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. There's a pretty cool little road section there that I've seen a lot of different video productions and stuff that I've always wanted to check out, because it's got some pretty cool rock formations and stuff. And then from there, head on back through the Mojave Desert, back into California, and I'll show you a couple cool spots along that way too. So without too much further ado, let's get going here. It's about 10 o'clock this morning. I slept in a little bit because I got home really late, or got back to the hotel really late last night, but we have plenty of time today, plenty of sunshine. Sun doesn't go down until about 8 o'clock out in the desert, so it's going to be a good time. Let's get going. So right in here, we're entering the Virgin River Gorge, which is a canyon that was carved out by the Virgin River, which goes through Zion and runs southwest into Arizona, which is just below St. George, and then into Nevada. That goes right by Mesquite, if you've ever been up that way through the 15. It's a pretty cool little canyon. It gets really narrow as you get closer to the Nevada side. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the scenery through there. It's a little nice drive over here. Like that, we're out of the Virgin River Gorge and right in the middle of the Mojave Desert. So pretty interesting transition there. And funny enough, we actually went through Arizona, and now we're about to leave Arizona and get back into Nevada. So we're gonna keep going through here about another 45 minutes or so until we get to Valley of Fire. So we just got into the park, and already what a stark contrast between some of the surrounding rock here and what's in front of us. It's all red rock. Look at that. That's pretty incredible. I've never actually seen anything this vibrant out here in Nevada. I mean, you can tell the difference is pretty big between the surrounding hills. It's definitely hot out here. It's about 95, 96 degrees. I mean, you can hear the auxiliary fans going on the Jeep there. They do a pretty good job of keeping it cool. Unlike the JK, which tend to overheat a lot, this one's actually keeping pretty nice and cool in this this hot desert. I can't believe I've never been here before.
Sin City. Not stopping here though. It's not that kind of road trip. I'll be back in about a month for SEMA. I'll tell you one thing I don't miss about being back into my normal rhythm of life. Traffic. Yeah, and Las Vegas has some of the worst of it. Well, I made it just south of Vegas to a town called Jean, right between Vegas and Primm at the state line. Not a moment too soon, I am almost out of fuel. That locker is still trying to come on for some reason. I gotta get that checked out at the dealership when I get back. But this is actually a pretty interesting gas stop, and you'll find out in just a second. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Matt, this looks like just any old Chevron. What's so special about it? But I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. This is a brand new gas station that was just opened up a few months ago by Terrible Herbst, very well known racing family here in Las Vegas. And what makes this gas pump so special is that there are 96 pumps. Yes, I'm not joking. Literally 96 gas pumps at this Chevron. So you will never worry about having to wait at the pump ever again. I'm gonna see if I can score number 96. Oh, there's this big truck parked there. I'll get number 95. Pretty incredible place they just built here. This Chevron at the Terrible Herbst Roadhouse. I'm gonna finish up fueling up and then we'll go inside and check it out. This is our last tank till we get home. Welcome to the mother of all truck stops. This place is the size of a Walmart. Whole Candy Village souvenir section, a Red Bull Lounge, giant soda fountain, hot dog stands, a casino, a couple race cars. This is incredible. And a full beef jerky bar. Just keeps going and going. They even got a White Castle coming in here. Wow. This is like a road warrior's paradise. Here we are exiting Nevada at Primm. Should be seeing that sign any second now. There it is. Oh, there's some wind out here. Welcome to California. I'm back. Now just another 4 hours of driving until I get home. This is actually new for me. This is a California Agricultural Inspection Facility just outside of Primm, but they have one of these out in Barstow. I've never seen this one here, so they must have just opened this one up. So going up the mountain pass here outside of Primm is a pretty good test of the JL's cooling system right now. Ambient temperature is 99 degrees outside. I got the AC on full blast, and we're going uphill pretty steadily at about 3,500 RPM and 75 miles an hour, give or take, 73. So far it's holding itself pretty good, not really rising even above half. I'll update you guys if that changes, but the JL's cooling system seems to be doing a lot better than the JK, I'll tell you that. Keep in mind, this is on 35s with stock gears, so the engine is working pretty hard to keep it going at this speed. Still holding strong, very cool. Going up this hill still. We're probably about 3/4 of the way up. The needle hasn't moved at all. I'm very impressed. And it's effortlessly going 77 miles an hour up this hill. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our last stop on the long road home. This is the Mojave Desert. I'm here off of Basin Road. We're going to enter this section of the desert here and cross over into the Mojave Road, which is an iconic trail that goes from Barstow, California all the way to Laughlin, Nevada, over 127 miles of dirt. We're going to be doing a section of that trail through Afton Canyon today, just to wrap up the trip. It's going to be a fun little scenic bypass here. And we get some dirt under the tires and have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. So definitely don't suggest doing this alone. This is a pretty bad time of year to be out here right now. It's about 110 degrees. But I got a satellite phone. I've got plenty of extra fuel. And I'm very, very familiar with this area. So I can pretty much say that I'll be okay. But I don't recommend coming out here by yourself if you're going to do this in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's very, very beautiful. It's nice. The weather's great. But out here right now, it's pretty miserable. So I'm going to get back in the Jeep and we're going to get going down to the Mojave Road for the last leg of the long road home. This is a fun stop I usually make on the Mojave Road here in Afton Canyon. Just a cool little shady spot here in between these little slot canyons here. There is not a soul in sight. You come out here in the wintertime and it's full of people. It's a little eerie, just all by myself. So that was pretty exhilarating. It's actually a lot deeper than I remember it being. It's interesting that it's this deep in the middle of summer, actually the end of summer. The Jeep made it through just fine. So we're gonna keep on motoring up. Only about a couple miles up to the 15 freeway. And then it's the home stretch. Well guys, this is where I'm going to say goodbye. We're out here in Afton Canyon in the middle of the desert. The 15 freeway is just over that hill back there. I'm going to hop on it and I'll be about an hour and a half from home. But I want to thank you guys for riding along with me. It's been an amazing journey, being able to see all these places that I've never been before and really get the true experience of a solo road trip and get a lot of soul searching throughout all that driving that I did over the last 9 days. It's been close to 4,000 miles. I'm going to check the odometer and I'll show you guys what it is at the end of the video here. Give you a couple of stats, but huge thanks to Nitto Tire. The Ridge Grapplers performed outstanding, no problem in any kind of terrain that we threw at it, whether it was street or dirt. As you can see, we don't have a spare on this Jeep, but that's because we simply didn't need it. So, Fox shocks. You guys have the best ride out there on this JL. I mean, it was so nice. It was a really smooth ride the whole way down, even in those big potholes in Alaska. Had no issues at all. Rotopacks are always making us feel nice and warm and fuzzy that we have more gas on the back of the Jeep. And of course, I got to thank my friend Dave Cole for letting me borrow this vehicle. He trusted me with the keys to this thing, and I got to say, you got yourself a nice Jeep there, sir. It's been a pleasure driving this vehicle all the way down to California. And if you guys have any recommendations for other road trips we should take, please drop it in the comments below. If you guys have done something like this before, let us know about it. We want to hear about it. That's a lot of fun on these road trips, and we want to know where's the best places to take these vehicles. But until next time, guys, have fun, be safe out there. This is Matt Mogadam, your truck editor at Driving Line, aka Desert Chief, signing off.